Jackie DeShannon is an American singer-songwriter with a string of hit song credits from the 1960s onwards. She was one of the first female singer-songwriters of the rock and roll period. DeShannon is currently an entertainment broadcast correspondent reporting historical anecdotes and current Beatles band members' news for Breakfast with the Beatles on Sirius XM Satellite Radio on the weekends. Early life and education. DeShannon was born Sharon Lee Myers in Hazel, Kentucky, the daughter of musically inclined farming parents, Sandra Jean and James Irwin Myers. By age 6, she was singing country tunes on a local radio show. By age 11, she was hosting her own radio program. When life on the farm became too difficult, the family moved to her mother's hometown, Aurora, Illinois, where her father resumed his other career as a barber. After a year, they moved to nearby Batavia, Illinois, where she attended high school. In Batavia, the Myers family lived at 713 East Wilson Street. In May 1955, while in 8th grade, Sharon Lee Myers, then 13 years old, was featured in the local newspaper for her vocal talents and personal appearances at community gatherings, the local hospitals, and for assorted organizations. According to the Batavia Herald, she had her own Saturday morning radio show Breakfast Melodies on radio station WMRO. Further, though only 13, the youngster can boast almost 11 years of voice training and experience, and in the past she has toured most of the South making personal appearances. Also, she has sung on radio with a rhythm band for 2 years and has appeared on television 3 times. In March 1956, Sherry Lee Myers made another guest appearance on Pee Wee King's popular country and western television show on Saturday evening, March 3, on Channel 2, the CBS network affiliate in Chicago, Illinois. According to the Batavia Herald, Sherry Lee is a busy young lady. Each Saturday morning at 9:30 she is on the WMRO radio show. Saturday nights she is the vocalist with the Valley Square Dance Band, Don Lee and his Fox Valley Boys. She had made appearances with the Pee Wee King Show at Ottawa, Rockford and La Salle in recent weeks. Following her television appearance this Saturday night, the young Batavian artist will appear at the West Aurora Junior High School Auditorium on Sunday, March 4 for 3 shows, 2, 4, and 8 p.m. She attended Batavia High School for 2 years, leaving school after her sophomore year. Early recording career. She began to record under various names such as Sherry Lee, Jackie D, and Jackie Shannon, with mixed success. Billboard noted that Sherry Lee Myers, 16-year-old C&W singer of Batavia, Illinois, had recently signed to George Goldner's Gone label in New York as a rockabilly artist, and that her handlers had changed her name to Jackie D. Her only release on Gone included I'll Be True, and How Wrong I Was, which appeared in both 78 RPMs and 45 RPMs versions. Jackie almost certainly sang these songs at the Uptown Theatre in Philadelphia on July 3, 1957, and at the Paramount Theatre in New York, 2 weeks later, with Alan Freed's Big Rock and Roll Show. However, her interpretations of country songs Buddy and Trouble gained the attention of rock and roll star Eddie Cochran, who arranged for her to travel to California to meet his girlfriend, singer-songwriter Sharon Sheeley, who formed a writing partnership with DeShannon in 1960. Their partnership produced Brenda Lee's hit Dum Dum. In 1960, DeShannon signed with Liberty Records, adopting the name Jackie DeShannon, believed to be the name of an Irish ancestor, after executives at Liberty thought the name Sharon Myers would not help sell records. In a Fresh Air interview, DeShannon said that she chose Jackie as a cross-gender name. Since she had a low singing voice, she could be heard as either male or female. When she found that Jackie D was too similar to Brenda Lee, Sandra D, al., she changed it to Jackie D. Shannon, which people heard as DeShannon. The name stuck. Armed with her new name, she made the WLS Chicago radio survey with the single Lonely Girl in late 1960. A string of mostly flop singles followed, although The Prince bubbled under at number 108 in the United States in early 1962, and Faded Love became her first U.S. Billboard Top 100 entry, squeaking in at number 97 in February 1963. She fared better with the Sonny Bono Jack Knit's song Needles and Pins, and the self-penned, When You Walk in the Room later in 1963. Both reached the lower rungs of the US pop charts, but were top 40 hits in Canada, where Needles and Pins made it all the way to number 1. Needles and Pins, and When You Walk in the Room later became US and UK hits for the searchers. DeShannon recorded many other singles that encompassed teen pop, country ballads, rockabilly, gospel, and Ray Charles-style soul that didn't fare as well on the charts. During these years it was her songwriting and public profile rather than her recording career that kept her contracted to Liberty. DeShannon dated Elvis Presley and formed friendships with the Everly Brothers and Ricky Nelson. She also co-starred and sang with Bobby Vinton in the teen surf movie Surf Party. DeShannon's biggest break came in February 1964 when she supported the Beatles on their first U.S. tour, and formed a touring band with guitarist Wy Cooder. DeShannon also wrote Don't Doubt Yourself Babe for the debut album of the Byrds. Her music at this stage was heavily influenced by the American West Coast sounds and folk music. Staying briefly in England in 1965, DeShannon formed a songwriting partnership with Jimmy Page, which resulted in the hit singles Dream Boy and Don't Turn Your Back on Me. DeShannon also wrote material for singer Marianne Faithfull, including her top 10 UK and US hit Come and Stay With Me, which became Faithfull's biggest UK hit, peaking at number 4 in 1965. It would be 3 years before Jackie DeShannon would record the song for herself, on her Laurel Canyon album in 1968. She also appeared on the television show Ready Steady Go. Hit love songs, Moving to New York, DeShannon co-wrote with Randy Newman, producing such songs as She Don't Understand Him, and Did He Call Today Mama? As well as writing You Have No Choice for Delaney Bramlett. In March 1965, DeShannon recorded Burt Bacharach and Hal David's What the World Needs Now Is Love, which led to club tours and regular appearances on television and went to number 7 on the US charts and number 1 in Canada. She appeared in the 1967 film Come On Let's Live a Little, with Bobby V, as a folk singer. DeShannon continued writing and recording, but it was not until 1969 that she scored her next smash single and album, both entitled Put a Little Love in Your Heart. The self-penned single sold over 1 million copies, and was awarded a gold disc. The single Love Will Find a Way from the same album was also a moderate hit. Switching to Atlantic Records in 1970 and moving to Los Angeles, DeShannon recorded the critically acclaimed albums Jackie and Your Baby Is a Lady, but they failed to produce the same commercial success as previous releases. In 1973, she was invited by Van Morrison to sing on his album, Hard Knows the Highway. Put a Little Love in Your Heart was performed as the closing number at the Music for UNICEF concert, broadcast worldwide from the United Nations General Assembly in 1979. Later career: while DeShannon has not produced any further top 10 singles of her own, her songs have been covered by other artists who have converted them into hits. In 1974, she co-wrote Queen of the Rodeo and Bette Davis Eyes with Donna Weiss for her album New Arrangement. Bette Davis Eyes went on to become a worldwide #1 single for Kim Carnes in 1981, earning Weiss and DeShannon the 1982 Grammy Award for Song of the Year. DeShannon co-wrote Breakaway, recorded by Irma Thomas in 1964, and by Tracy Ullman in 1983. Put a Little Love in Your Heart reached Billboard #9 in 1989 as a duet by Annie Lennox and Al Green and was also covered by Dolly Parton in 1993. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and Stevie Nicks had a top 40 US hit in 1986 with a cover of Needles and Pins, which DeShannon originally recorded but did not write. A version of When You Walk in the Room by Pam Tillis in 1994 topped the country charts. Another recent cover of When You Walk in the Room was in 2004 by ex-ABBA vocalist Agnetha Farcurrency LTSKOG, both in her comeback album My Colouring Book and as a UK and European hit single. Chris Hillman, one of the original members of the Byrds, also did a cover of When You Walk in the Room on his solo 1998 album Like a Hurricane. DeShannon was portrayed by singer Liz Phair in an episode of American Dreams. On June 17, 2010, she was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Using her continuing access and friendship with Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, DeShannon currently appears as a contributing entertainment broadcast correspondent regarding planned and current touring and personal news and publicity pertaining to the two surviving Beatles. In 2012, Jackie wrote and recorded For Africa, in Africa, a song inspired by the urgent need for action to provide clean water for the African continent. Personal life: she has a brother, Randy James Myers, with whom she has sometimes written songs. In the mid-1960s, she was a companion to Jimmy Page and dated Love guitarist Brian McLean. It is likely that Page wrote the song Tangerine after the breakup of his relationship with DeShannon in early 1965. Her first husband was Liberty Records executive Irving Bud Dane, whom she married on January 29, 1966. DeShannon has been married to singer-songwriter and film composer Randy Edelman since 1977. They have one son, Noah. Discography =albums Jackie DeShannon, Breaking It Up on the Beatles Tour, Don't Turn Your Back on Me, Surf Party, This Is Jackie DeShannon, Jackie, In the Wind, You Won't Forget Me, Come on Let's Live a Little, Are You Ready for This? New Image, For You, Me About You, What the World Needs Now Is Love, Lonely Girl, Great Performances, Laurel Canyon, Put a Little Love in Your Heart, To Be Free, Songs, Jackie, Your Baby Is a Lady, New Arrangement, The Very Best of Jackie DeShannon, You're the Only Dancer, Quick Touches, Together, Pop Princess, Jackie DeShannon, What the World Needs Now Is The Definitive Collection, Good as Gold. The Best of Jackie DeShannon, Trouble with Jackie D, The Early Years, Come and Get Me, Best of 1958 to 1980, You Know Me, High Coinage, The Songwriters Collection 1960 to 1984, You Won't Forget Me, The Complete Liberty Singles Volume 1, Come and Get Me, The Complete Liberty and Imperial Singles Volume 2, When You Walk in the Room, Keep Me in Mind, The Complete Imperial and Liberty Singles, Volume 3, All the Love, The Lost Atlantic Recordings. Singles Images of each record from 1956 to 1960, including additional liner notes, are found at Sweet Cherry, the early recording career of Jackie DeShannon by Pete Lerner. Film appearances, Surf Party, Intimacy, Come on Let's Live a Little. TV appearances, Hollywood A Go-Go, Hullabaloo, My Three Sons, Playboy After Dark, The Wild Wild West, Flip Wilson Show, The Virginian, The Catcher, The Midnight Special, Later. With Jools Holland, Series 41, Episode 6, BBC 2. References. External links, Official website, Audio interview with Jackie DeShannon on the So Did Ya Care on Songwriting podcast, Jackie DeShannon at the Internet Movie Database, Sweet Cherry, the early recording career of Jackie DeShannon by Pete Lerner.